Jaylo.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I come over here this morning, got to do morning pages before I left my place.
Yep.
Ate a little bit of pasta.
Uh-huh.
Get over here, and you were unpacking groceries from your Instacart order.
Yes.
It was perfect timing on my part, even though I didn't know it.
Yeah, and it was perfect timing, even though I didn't know it, because I was thinking, oh my goodness, are they going to be here by 9? Because, yeah, I wasn't sure. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if they both got to my door at the same time?
Mm-hmm. And you were nice enough to clean out my water bottle and refill it with lemon and water, which was great. It was a nice little treat to have when I got over here.
Yeah, I knew that because I remember asking you, and you're like, oh, why don't you just clean it out during the week? And I'm like, okay, that's another nice thing I can do for my birthday.
I appreciate that, Jaylo.
Yes.
And you deserve a kiss.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, so it all worked out. I mean, there was a couple things that were missing, but I think we'll be able to be okay with that. They weren't major, but it would have been good if, I had the extra cheese. But I actually do have cheese in my fridge.
We're gonna make the roast beef sandwiches work tonight.
Right. The steaks were a little too expensive, and I thought, I know we can improvise.
We don't have to do a Philly cheesesteak this weekend. Some point maybe during the future.
Yeah.
I told you that I got a $40 coupon from Instacart.
Awesome.
So I think because MLK Day is going to be on Monday, that's when I'm going to use it. And maybe I'll do it like a Costco order.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be good stuff, babes.
Did you get it in the mail?
No, I opened the app and it says you have $40 in unused Instacart, whatever said money or
very good.
Phrasing. Yeah.
Very good. So you'll just have to put in the coupon code then, or
something like that.
The code, I guess.
I'm excited, babes.
Cool, you get to use a coupon.
Yes. Good stuff, Jaylo.
I say coupon, you say coupon.
That's right there. Tomato, as Mr. Peanut Butter might say.
It's actually tomato.
Right. You say tomato, I say tomato.
But I got the essentials and the veggies that I needed, and a lot of potatoes. I didn't realize how much potatoes I was going to get. I was thinking I was going to get like a 5-pound bag, but I got 10 pounds potatoes. But that's good that we can use them for fries, possibly, or potato wedges, rather. Potato wedges, and we're going to use them tomorrow.
It's going to be good stuff, babes. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. As am I.
Yes.
As am I.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Well, good.
I'm a happy Jaylo.
Well, good. I told you this earlier when we were on your couch. I was watching a movie punditry show last night where they read comments. And they were reading one by this guy who claimed to be, I think he actually said that his friend did lighting on movie sets. I may have that wrong because I was half asleep when I read this. And his friend worked on the set of some low-budget Bruce Willis movie. According to this person, Bruce Willis has early onset dementia and can only work in the morning. So then I'm like thinking, maybe that's just some guy writing in. Who knows? And I Googled it, and it's not confirmed, but a lot of people online are speculating that, in fact, he does have dementia. And I don't think that Bruce Willis is a great actor. In fact, I think he's like one of the worst things in the movie Pulp Fiction.
Oh, wow.
But I've enjoyed him in movies.
I liked him, and of course, when I showed you Death Becomes Her, which was, that was the second time I watched it in years.
He's good in that, and I think he did a really good performance in The Fifth Element. Overall, I'm not a big fan of his acting, but I've liked some of his stuff. And I've obviously, since I was born in the early 80s, I grew up knowing who he was.
Yeah.
It just felt really sad to hear that, he's losing it.
I did hear before this whole Bruce Willis thing came up, I've been hearing a term called sundowners.
I remember you were the one who told me about that.
It's a certain time of the night where they have to go home. They have to follow some kind of routine during the day, because when they go home, they're going to forget about it. And I heard that happens with people that are suffering from, especially early dementia. That's what I've been hearing.
And my mom worked in hospice care for a while with people suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah. So it really has to be like routine for them.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it hit home so much. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel it's sad to think about that because I know, I knew of someone who was going through early onset dementia, and she had these weird ideas, like people were out to conspire against her as part of it, or she always wanted to be included in things, and it was like a big it was tough for her granddaughter that was taking care of her, because she wanted to do some other things, and when she didn't get her way, she would throw a fit, and it's almost like they're reverting back to children. Mm-hmm. It really is sad. It really is.
Let me rag on Bruce Willis for a minute in a fun way.
Okay.
Now, you have not seen Clerks, but would you consider yourself a Kevin Smith fan?
I don't know much about Kevin Smith.
I'm a big fan of some of his earlier movies, but I've seen him talk about Bruce Willis in interviews.
Yeah.
Because, one, Kevin Smith was in, I want to say, Die Hard 4 or 5. He had a small role, and he said that him and Bruce Willis got along for like the 1 or 2 days they worked on it.
Yeah.
So Kevin cast him in the movie Cop Out. And said that Bruce Willis was a complete nightmare to work with.
Really?
Yeah. So Kevin Smith talked about this in one of his books.
Yeah.
About how he was really excited to work with Bruce Willis because they're both from New Jersey. He's always been a fan, and he's always heard good things about Bruce Willis. So they go to work together when he's directing him. And he said Bruce Willis was really rude to people on the set. He had a bad sense of humor. He was very uncooperative.
Really?
Yeah, he only did the bare minimum. And Kevin said that he was even thinking about, before shooting the movie, about casting Bruce Willis in another movie. But based on how bad the working conditions were, he never wanted to see him again. And he said that he was afraid to work with Tracy Morgan because he's also in that film. Oh. But he said that Tracy Morgan was like the best person to work with. He was a great contrast to Bruce Willis. Yeah.
But didn't you say that he got along with him the first time they met?
Yeah, but they only worked together for a couple of days. And Kevin Smith told a story too that he said in retrospect should have raised some red flags. So apparently he shoots his scene for Die Hard, right? And then Kevin goes about his life and hears that the scene didn't work and it's going to be cut out of the movie. Oh. So I read the book when it came out about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember if then he heard this from Bruce Willis or from somebody else.
Yeah.
But then he somehow found out that Bruce Willis went over the director's head and contacted the studio and told them, you have to keep this scene in the movie. And he said, as an actor, that was cool. But looking back on it as a director, if somebody would have done that to me, I would have been super pissed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Keep that scene with Kevin
in the movie.
In the movie?
In the final movie, because the director wanted to cut it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And you really do have to respect the director. You don't want an actor that's going over your head.
Yeah. Wow.
Even if he is a star of the movie.
Wow.
So.
But he didn't want to keep that thing in the movie.
He did. And this was before they worked together on Cop Out.
Okay.
Which I think was 2 or 3 years later.
Okay.
I never saw the movie. I haven't seen either one of those films. Neither one of them really appealed to me. The only Die Hard movie I saw was the third one with Samuel L. Jackson. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Okay.
That was pretty fun.
Oh. I keep hearing things about the first one.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. You know what other movie I like with the two of them?
What's that?
Unbreakable.
Oh.
I missed the ending, but I was one of those things, I was watching cable TV.
Yeah.
And I want to say 2002. Mm-hmm. And my mom had seen Unbreakable and told me that it was really bad.
Oh, really?
But I had another family member who saw it and said that I'd really dig it. And I started watching it and I really enjoyed it, but then something came up and I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it.
But I remember liking it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you and your mom, when she was alive though, Was she just as much as a movie buff as you are?
Oh, she's the one who got me into movies. We used
Really?
to go all the time to the cinema.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mom and I, that was something that we definitely bonded over.
Oh, cool.
Like, I think I told you this. She took me to see Bugsy a bunch of times.
Yeah, I know. And you said, oh, why can't... I think it would be cool if they had a Bugsy cartoon.
I still think that would be neat. She took me to see Dazed and Confused. She's like, you're going to love this movie. I didn't, but it was cool that she thought that. No. We were both big film fans.
And you went with her to see Clueless.
Initially I went with one of her friends.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to see it a second time with my mom. But we used to go to movies all the time.
Clueless is such a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, I most of the movies that I watched were either on home video when home video was more popular, or I saw it at the drive-in. So I didn't really frequent a lot of movie theaters. It was a treat when I went, but I didn't frequent a lot of movie theaters because for some reason I just didn't go, I guess. But I loved going to the drive-ins with my family. I loved the drive-ins. It was such a comfortable place to be, and you didn't have to. You could take your chairs if you want to, or you could stay in your car.
Yeah, and for me, I didn't really go to the drive-in, but movie theaters were like my extracurricular activity. Like how some kids are really into sports and devote their weekend and after school to that.
And they would go to the mall too.
Yeah, that's how it was for me in films. I was almost always at a movie theater when I wasn't in school or at home as a kid.
Yeah.
And then movies just kind of got bad in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And I don't know, and we've gotten down this rabbit hole before, so I don't want to belay the point, but I don't know if cinema has ever made a full creative recovery from what it was in the 90s. And I don't think that it can, actually.
I don't know. I think you just have to pick them because there are some movies that aren't talked about or they're overlooked.
Yeah, but back in the day, you would have independent movies that would become very popular, right? So everybody always points to something like Pulp Fiction, but you also had Train Spotting, Fargo, The Full Monty, and I don't know if any of those films could get a theatrical release today. And if they could, it would be a short run. Part of that has to do with, and I hate to say it, Marvel movies. Because action films are so popular, it kind of ruined the mid-range to low-budget film market for theatrical releases. But luckily we do have Netflix. I just don't know if theatrical releases are ever going to be consistently as exciting as they were in the 90s.
I don't know. I guess I'm neutral on that point. No.
Yeah, some people have speculated that COVID has actually not just rushed the decline of movie theaters, but also rushed the end of real creativity in filmmaking. Because older people are now more afraid to go to the cinema. And with that happening, you're going to have to rely more on the action films. Which, there are fun action movies, but very few of them really go deep. Like, I like a lot of the Marvel movies, but I don't love any of them. If that makes any sense.
Okay. I think so.
You know. And those are the ones that people tend to talk about a lot. It's Marvel films. When they talk about cinematic releases.
Right. But I don't know. I'm not a film connoisseur as much as you are, so I have no idea.
That's okay, babes. I still love you. Oh. But Bruce Willis is doing bad there. Jaylo.
Yeah, I hope that he does have a plan to help with that, because that would be a shame if that was what he died of. I mean, there's other health issues too, but it's just every time I hear about people's brains going, it really does, It's sad. It saddens me.
Yeah, that's one of those things we've talked about it. I get really sad when I hear somebody has cancer or a heart attack. But when I hear dementia, that's like a next level of messed up to me.
Did I mention that Bob Saget's death was confirmed because of a heart attack in his sleep?
You told me that in private, but we haven't had a chance to discuss it here, that he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, he could have been, he's old enough to be my dad. And both of us grew up seeing him, whether it was AFV or Full House or whatever it was. And I heard somebody mention that he was with him on the day that he, not the hour that he died, but before that, hours before.
Yeah.
And they said that there was something that didn't look right to him about Bob Saget.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of his, but obviously, like you said, you couldn't avoid him growing up when we did.
Yeah.
But he seemed like a very nice man during interviews. And I thought he did a great job with directing Dirty Work.
Oh yeah, super funny movie.
I liked his cameo in Half Baked. And it's just weird that he's no longer here.
It is, yeah.
And it's weird. As we know, I'm a Howard Stern fan.
Oh boy.
It's super weird to me that Artie Lang, who was a sidekick on Howard Stern, but also played Norm Macdonald's friend in Dirty Work, he's the one who's still alive.
Yeah, I know.
For them, especially, not only is he like really overweight, but if you've ever heard any of his crazy drug stories from listening to Howard back in the day, it's super strange to me that he's the one who outlived them.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes the ones that you don't think would die first.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter what diet they had. It could have just been like, well, it was time for their heart to give out, and it was their demise, and that's how it was.
The other death this week that shocked me was Ronnie Spector.
I know, and she just died like a couple days ago.
I didn't even know she was sick, although apparently it was a short battle with cancer.
That may have been a blessing for her because, yeah, you don't want to suffer through a long, 5-year battle with it.
No, just go out quickly.
I didn't even know she had, what kind of cancer was it?
I don't know. All I heard was I was listening to Sirius, and they had a thing on their app said remembering Ronnie Spector. So I click on it. It's all these things. And I listened to one of their shows. I think it was on Volume, which is a really interesting channel. It's a talk channel where they talk about the music industry. Anyways, they said that they read a publicity statement, or press statement rather. I never know how to say that.
Oh my goodness.
Saying that your girl died after a short battle with cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
First, Phil Spector dies in prison, and then his ex-wife does.
Well, so on Volume, they were also saying that she wrote a book in 1990 about her relationship with Phil Spector. Now, I haven't read the book, and it's not on Bard or Bookshare. But from what I heard, she claims that Phil Spector kept her locked in the house and basically forced her to sell her publishing to him for like an old car.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But didn't you say that you weren't sure about that because she's changed her story over the years?
I don't know if she's changed her story over the years, but I've heard mixed things about Phil Spector, so I can't confirm whether that's true or not. I
also heard that Phil Spector used the fact that he was short to be the bully.
Yeah, like, who I heard? I heard somebody else from, I think it was her group on Howard Stern, but she had kind of a weird name.
Oh, she was from the Ronettes?
Yeah, she had a little bit of a weird name, I think.
Okay. I don't know.
This was right after Phil Spector died.
Okay.
And I think she was like 16 when she got into the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it may not have been from the Ronettes, but it was from one of Phil Spector's early groups.
The Crystals, maybe?
Yeah, it was from the Crystals.
Was it Lala Brooks?
Yes, that's who it was. She called into Howard right after Phil Spector died.
Yeah, she was one of the lead singers in that band. Yeah.
Yeah, and she had some weird stuff to say about him.
Wow.
I wish I remembered the whole thing, but I was partially asleep when I listened to it.
Yeah, Lala Brooks is still alive, too.
Yes.
And I believe Darlene Love is still alive.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's going to change her name to Darlene Hayes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Not your best joke.
Thank you, babes. But... I tried, babes.
Really?
We were talking this morning on the couch, and I made some dad joke, but now I don't remember what it was.
Let me think. Oh, it was about Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, what did I say? I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had said that he was in Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And I said something like he had experience seeing dead people then because Jenny died in it.
And then my response was, wah, wah, wah.
So in high school, I had this friend, and him and I used to play a version of the Kevin Bacon, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game. Except we just called it the Connect game, where you connect different actors to each other. So this is partially how I know all this weird trivia stuff about movies.
Yep.
Tom Hanks was in a movie with Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Bonfire of the Vanities?
Okay, I didn't see that.
It's supposedly a really horrible movie. And Bruce Willis was hard to work on the set of it.
We will not be watching that.
We will not be watching it. And I don't even know if you can find it online anywhere.
Wow.
Anyways.
That bad. Okay.
Yep. A couple years later, Tom Hanks makes Forrest Gump with Haley Joel Osment, who then goes on to work with Bruce Willis in Sixth Sense.
Oh, that's funny.
I just thought that was interesting.
Haley Joel Osment, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting. Jaylo?
He was also on the show, Haley Joel Osment was also on the show Thunder Alley.
Oh, really?
Yep, he was.
With Ed Asner.
Yep, he was a little boy.
I did not know that.
I used to watch Thunder Alley when that was on. I guess it was a short-lived show, and they changed the moms.
Yeah, I remember that show. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember if it was good or not. And I didn't know that they changed the moms.
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite show. I mean, it was on the same lineup as Phenom and Home Improvement, or Grace Under Fire. And Grace Under Fire was okay.
That was a weird show.
That was a weird show. That was a very weird show.
I always thought Brett Butler had a weird voice.
Well, she's from the South. What do you think?
That's true.
No, well, she has a weird voice, but she also had some stuff going on with her too.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I was on the same lineup as Grace Under Fire, and I think Home Improvement might have been in there, but those were your the typical ABC lineup on a Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. It's weird that Home Improvement became a huge success, but Phenom didn't.
Yeah, and I liked Phenom, actually.
It was good.
Yeah, that was with
Angela.
Schmangela.
Schmonathan. Smona.
Yeah, that was with Judith Light. I forgot who played Angela, and then you had Ashley Johnson, who used to be on Growing Pains.
Who did she play on Growing Pains?
She played Chrissy, the youngest.
Oh, real? Oh, that's right. She plays the younger sister, right?
She played Chrissy, yep.
No, but she played the younger sister on Phenom.
Yes, she did. Mary Margaret.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were I think they were, she was a little girl that went to the Catholic school, yeah.
I remember that now.
Mary Margaret. Yeah, I like that show.
I remember thinking it was good for the time. No, I was a little kid, so it's possible if I saw it today, it would not hold up.
And I forgot who played the tennis coach, but I think I remembered him from somewhere. I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
But that was a fun show. Thunder Alley and Grace Under Fire were weird. Well, I mean, Thunder Alley was okay. But Grace Under Fire was a weird show, too.
I tried to get into Grace Under Fire when it was on. And because everybody would say this is a really good show. I could just never get into it, though.
There was a show that was on for a brief time that was on the same lineup as Home Improvement. Because Home Improvement was on Tuesday for a while, and then it switched to Wednesdays. But there was a show called Thea.
Yes, that Lauryn Hill was on, right?
Who?
Didn't Lauryn Hill play the daughter on that show?
No, that was Brandy.
Oh, that was Brandy. Okay.
You're close because they were close. Well, I think Lauryn Hill was slightly older by maybe 5 years, but no, Brandy was on there. Jason Weaver was the brother.
And Jason Weaver went on to.
Well, so Jason, and this is of course before he sang for the Lion King.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And he was also in a movie called Friends with Money, which I've never seen.
Okay. And they had like an older...
Or I'm sorry, Friends with, what was it called? Not Friends with Money, Friends... Dysfunctional Friends, yeah. I think it was called.
They had an older brother and a younger brother on that show. And then Brandy's like the middle sibling who's kind of closer in age to the older sibling.
Right. Yeah. And Jason Weaver played Jerome.
Okay.
The little boy.
Yeah, I remember seeing that show. That only lasted like a year.
Yeah, and Michelle Thomas, who played Myra Monkhouse.
And died.
Also guest starred, I think, on it once.
That's so sad because she died in like 99 from a brain tumor.
Oh, yeah. That was in her 30s. Oh.
No, I don't even know if she made it that long.
No, she was in her 30s.
She was, okay.
Yeah, it was so sad. I know. And she was able to make the last episode with her in it, but she was in her hospital bed, I think, right?
I don't know. I didn't see the last episode.
It was a space one. It was when, you didn't see all the other...
No, because the show got really weird after a while.
I enjoyed it. It was very quirky after a while, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it when it was more family-based, but when it just became about Steve and him inventing things, it kind of went off the rails for me.
Well, and then you also had the three men that were in Laura's life. You had Curtis, you had Stefan Urkel that was a cooler version of Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
And then you had Steve Urkel.
Yeah, I kind of jumped off the boat when they got into the whole
I don't know. You may have enjoyed it, but it was weird.
Yeah. But that's sad that she died. I think I told you that this was like the summer before the pandemic. I was on YouTube and I found this guy who visits celebrity grave sites.
Oh, yeah. I think you told me that privately. I don't know if you mentioned it here.
I don't think I did. So he snuck into the cemetery where Michelle Thomas is buried, goes up to her grave and starts saying, "Michelle, always love you, Michelle. I miss you, Michelle." It was creepy and fascinating at the same time.
How was he able to do that?
I don't know. I don't even know if his YouTube channel is still around. It might have gotten taken down.
That is weird. How is he supposed to do that? I mean, was it like a Hollywood cemetery? Like,
I don't remember. I just remember thinking it was odd that he snuck into the cemetery.
Because I'm sure that you can't just sneak in and go up to some celebrity's grave like that.
No, it's super creepy.
That is creepy.
But it did make me laugh.
It's like somebody going to a Forest Lawn cemetery, which is has been known for celebrity graves. And I don't think you can just sneak in to that cemetery. Or like Arlington Cemetery.
Yeah, you have to see somebody. Do we have this discussion here about how I used to go skateboarding at the local cemetery? My mom would take me when I was a real little kid.
That was weird.
That was, in retrospect, that was super weird.
Yeah.
But also, last week I was thinking, how do they stay in business? Because I know that people have to pay a fee for the plots.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's a one-time thing. And some people are buried in cemeteries for, centuries.
Uh-huh.
So how can they afford to stick around?
I don't know. I mean, because they have to look at the they have to clean up the grave sites and the headstones.
Absolutely.
And things like that. I mean, they have to keep it up because things could happen. They could move. People could move them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But didn't you feel weird? I mean, every time I've gone to a cemetery, I always feel kind of weird. Like I shouldn't be here.
No, I probably feel that way now.
Like it's weird being around a bunch of graves that I don't even know, Well, I mean, because I remember when I went to the Philippines in '99, and we went to the cemetery where my grandpa was buried, and that was a little strange.
I've heard that what is it, Arlington, Virginia?
Yeah,
is like a really weird place to visit because of all the dead soldiers there.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't like being in a cemetery too long. There was one time, and I'm not kidding you, we went to the cemetery because my grandma was visiting one of her relatives' graves. And I think she was in the car or something, and then all of a sudden the radio turns on.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it was daylight, by the way.
Yeah.
That's weird. Now, I don't know, there could have been a totally, a perfectly good explanation for it, but it was weird. I just heard about that and I'm like, that's odd.
So you weren't with her at the time?
I don't remember I was with my family, but I don't remember where I was when it happened. I think she was waiting in the car or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of unexplained stuff out there.
But I don't typically like going to cemeteries just because it feels really strange. It's quiet. I don't know. I
don't think I've been to a cemetery as an adult. I think the last time I went was probably, we walked by the one that I used to go skateboarding at.
Wow.
In 2019 in August of that year.
That's true.
But as far as actually going in, I think it was that cemetery when I was like 9 or 10. And that's the last time I've gone to one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I would still feel weird going to Punch Bowl Cemetery.
Yeah.
Where they, bury soldiers. Even though my uncle wasn't buried there, he was, his ashes were scattered in the water. But even so, he was cremated there, so.
It's weird. Obama's grandfather is buried there. And I know I've told this story here before. I think I might have. I was protesting the re-election of George W. Bush like a block away from the Punch Bowl Cemetery in Honolulu. And then 4 years later, Obama gets sworn in office. So I was protesting the election of one president. And then the next term comes around. And the new president has a grandfather who is buried a block away from where I was protesting at.
That is a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel weird going to like cemeteries and mortuaries. Actually, the only mortuary I went to was the Diamond Head Mortuary, and that's where my uncle's memorial was held. But it was a nice place.
Yeah, I don't like going to funerals.
I don't think anyone does.
It's not like it's a fun thing.
No, I don't think. The only fun thing that I went to wasn't really a funeral; it was a gathering for somebody's son, and it seemed more like a party because I don't think she wanted to, make it a sad occasion. But he did die in his early 50s, and it was really sad. Really sad, because I only met him once. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Jaylo. Did I ever tell the story here, babes, about my dad's friend?
Is this close enough, by the way?
I will find out, babes.
Okay.
About my dad's friend he rode his bike around town. Mm-hmm. And he got killed on his bike.
Oh.
This was when I was 5 years old.
Oh.
But here's the deal. He wanted to stay over at our place. I don't know the specifics. I think maybe he got into an argument with his girlfriend.
The friend?
Yeah. The night that he died.
Yeah.
And my mom had my dad kick him out.
Why?
She just didn't want him staying over. Okay. So he leaves the house, he's on his bike, and he gets hit by a car and dies that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That had to be like traumatizing.
I didn't find out about it.
Wow.
That she had my dad kick him out until like 10 years later.
That's insane. Wow.
Yeah.
That had to make, when I hear stories about that all the time, like if someone would say like, they would think to themselves, if only I didn't kick this person out, maybe they would still be alive. I would imagine that would have traumatized at least one of them. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe my mom just thought, well, now I really don't have to worry about him staying over.
Oh my goodness.
Ba-dum-bum. From what I can remember, he was a nice guy.
Okay.
But, I was 5 when he died. So what did I know?
Well, he might have been a nice guy.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder how my mom felt about that. Like, really?
Well, I guess you'll never know, really.
No, because when she said that to me, I'm a teenager and was like, okay.
Wow.
I didn't really go further.
You didn't really think about it.
No.
But now, I mean, I think I hear stories about that, and I'm like, that has to. They have to be holding a lot of guilt because of it. Some people would hold guilt, and some people would say, "Well, there was nothing I could have done because I wouldn't have known about, whether they were going to get killed or not. That wasn't my doing." That's probably how I would feel.
You just let it go.
Well, I wouldn't let it go, but I would think, well, how was I supposed to know that they were going to be killed? It wasn't I didn't do it.
Yes.
I wouldn't have known.
And then you just move on immediately.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Oh my goodness. Jaylo.
Yes.
Last night I was on the phone. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to. Can I put my head on your shoulder?
You can put your head on my shoulder if you want to. You have to move down a little bit.
I will. Right here. Okay. Sorry.
So, last night, babes.
Yes.
I'm on the phone with the guys. And we haven't talked in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Which is long for us. But in fairness, people are busy because we're getting out of the holiday season. And Omicron is on the come up.
And one of your friends is moving.
No. Oh, no, but yeah, one of my friends is moving, but we didn't talk to him last night.
All right.
Anyways, so I'm talking with my two buddies, and I start bad-mouthing somebody that I knew back in the day.
Oh.
But this is before I knew them.
Okay. Before you knew.
Before I knew these guys, I knew other people.
Okay.
And I actually bad-mouthed a couple people.
Uh-oh.
Yes, don't worry, you were not bad-mouthed. In fact, I said good things about you.
Oh, I hope so.
I did.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Why was someone saying bad things about me?
No.
Okay.
No. So, but anyways, so I bad-mouthed a couple people. And I didn't really badmouth them as much as I said my perception of the truth of certain situations.
Yeah.
Right? One of them was an ex. There was a couple former roommates and maybe a few other people. Okay. So I get off the phone with the guys and I feel really good. Like I was being authentic Rick on the phone.
Yeah.
Which I normally am, but maybe I'm a little bit, quieter version of that. And it's late at night. I start thinking to myself, is it really cool to badmouth people who I feel done me wrong? Because even if I didn't like their behavior around me, that doesn't mean that I have to spread the gospel about them being bad people. And then I had the competing thought of, this is me letting off some steam.
I think that way too.
Yeah. And if it's this versus just keeping these feelings inside me, then then it's better that I let off steam. Plus my friends, know that I'm a real person instead of this fake version.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between venting and gossip, but I think venting can turn into gossip.
Yeah.
If you're not careful.
Yeah. It would be different if every conversation was about different people I have issues with.
Yeah. So it really, I try not to talk about the people that have done me wrong, in the past, even though I can't forget it. I can't forget it, but it's well, if I keep talking about it, I'm going to keep dwelling on it, and I don't want to go back to that again.
I went into some people pretty hard last night.
Uh-oh.
One of them was an ex-roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think the one who came up this summer who was kind of a religious fanatic and then got really sick and maybe near death now.
Right.
Yes. Because of his illness, not because of me.
Okay.
Yes. But if he does die, then,
Oh my goodness.
I'm not saying I'm going to celebrate, but I'm saying, let's see what happens.
Okay. I have a feeling I may know who the other person is.
As long as it's from natural causes.
My goodness.
Yes. We'll be, he'll be out of pain, as we'll say. But anyways.
We don't really know for sure, but we can only hope that he'll be out of pain.
Yeah, maybe. Well, can we hope that?
I don't know. I don't know the person.
No. You don't want anybody to suffer for eternity.
But I guess we'll never know.
I had this weird thought the other day, babes. There's a lot of people in my life who, after a falling out, I will wish harm on them. Not like that, a hitman kills them, but I'll just wish for that they live a horrible life.
Or that they'll always, like the memory of you will always haunt them.
Exactly.
I've had feelings about that too. Maybe not real harm or danger, but that I hope, I think to myself, may you always think of me for the rest of your life.
Yeah, sometimes it's that, and other times it's just, I hope you do really badly going forward with everything. But as I get older, I'm much more careful about that.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed from the grapevine that a lot of people who I've wished have a horrible life actually do end up leading pretty bad lives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it's more than like 4 or 5 people I've wished that on.
Wow.
Who I found out, aren't doing too well and haven't been for a long, long time.
But is it dependent on you wishing them, wishing them all the worst things in life, or is it because they made really bad decisions?
It's likely the latter. At the same time, I don't necessarily have to contribute to that.
Yeah. I am not gonna lie and sit here and lie and say that I have not wished, that people did badly because I'm out of their life, or that I wish that my memory would haunt them forever. But initially, that's what I did think. And, I don't know. I mean, I don't do that as much as I did in my 20s. Mm-hmm. Like thinking, if I had a bad relationship, I think the most I would say is like, I don't care what happens to this person, and maybe that's wrong of me to say that. Maybe I should care, because what if they're doing really horribly and I'm going on with my life and doing better? I don't know. I think about those things too.
Yeah. I haven't done that stuff for years.
Yeah.
But I do regret doing that now as I get older.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of something.
Uh-huh.
I've known, I don't want to say a lot, but I've known a few people involved in the pagan movement, right?
Uh-huh.
And some of it I think is legit, and other parts of it I think you just want to be different and kind of weird and whatnot. And you kind of want to show the man that you're not conforming to his way of life. But there are some legitimate things about paganism too. I was talking to a woman who claims to be a witch one day.
Okay. And so she's like in the Wicca thing. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm horrible. I know I should know, is it Wicca or Wiccan? But guess what? I'm Rick. And
well, she was a Wiccan, I would say.
Okay. Good for her.
Okay.
But we were talking. She says, well, I can never wish bad on somebody because then it would come back on me tenfold.
Yeah, I believe that's part of what they really believe, yes.
Yeah. Now, I don't think that because I've wished that people have a horrible existence, that means that when I die, it's going to be 10 times worse for me. But I also think that it's probably not the best stuff to put out there into the universe.
I don't think it's good to wish anybody harm. Because what if the same thing happens to you?
Well, I think now go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever really a good idea to wish, like, especially if you wish death on somebody.
And I've done that many times.
And I don't think it really helps anything.
And it's always my natural causes because I don't want to go to jail.
Oh my goodness.
But I think now what I would do if I was upset with somebody, or at least this is what I hope, is I would wish them a rough time and that they learn from their experiences instead of now they can have nothing good in their life ever because I say so.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see what goes on with that, babes.
Well, that's also kind of almost the same way of the same. It almost brings up something to the effect of reaping what you sow.
Mm.
Whatever you put in, you get out of it.
Yes. There's only a couple of people I'd wish a horrible life to now, like maybe Nancy Pelosi or Dick Cheney.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, do you want to rag on Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats for a minute?
What kind of riffraff did you get involved in now?
So check this out. They're having the anniversary for January 6th, which, I mean, we disagree on it. I think it was an insurrection. You don't.
No.
But I don't think that you need to have an anniversary for it, right?
No, I don't think I think you can remember it, but not have a, I don't know, like an all-out party for it or whatever.
I don't even necessarily know that you need to remember it. But in any event, the Democrats decided to do that. Okay, maybe I could go along with that if they're actually going to do more than just some kind words or to preaching to the base, as they say. So this is how tone deaf the Democrats are now, babes. They're trying to make the argument that Trump is bad and that he held a mutiny against our country, which we disagree on this. So far I'm with them.
That's going to segue into what I'm going to tell you after this.
Okay, well let me talk. I'm talking now.
Okay.
Where they really lost me was they invited Liz Cheney and her father, Dick Cheney. Now, if you know about Dick Cheney, the man is literally a war criminal. He's a war criminal. They invited him to the celebration for January 6th just because he hates Trump. And, okay, I get it. I hate Trump too, but that doesn't excuse you for being a war criminal. And the ceremony, part of it, Nancy Pelosi shook Dick Cheney's hand and a line of Democrats were behind her to shake Dick Cheney's hand. This is criminal.
This is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
The only thing that unites them is that they just have a ridiculous hatred for Trump, and
that can't be the only thing.
No, I know.
No. I mean, I agree with you, but that shouldn't be the only thing.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're using people from other parties.
Absolutely.
And I don't agree with that.
So it actually gets a step worse than this, and because if that wasn't bad enough, okay, that's really bad, and that alone is like, ugh, you guys are weird. I don't. That's super hard to contextualize. Like a day later, there is an op-ed in the New York Times by one of the regular staff writers. I want to say it was Thomas Friedman. I could have that wrong.
Okay.
And he's basically saying that Joe Biden should run in 2024. Okay, kind of cringeworthy.
It is cringeworthy because he probably won't even
it gets even worse.
Okay.
And he's throwing out possible names for who could be his vice president, right?
Besides Hillary Clinton.
Besides Hillary Clinton, she's one of the names.
She's not going to make it. But go on.
Okay. Another name that was thrown out was Liz Cheney.
Ew.
So
another cringeworthy idea.
You think that Trump is bad, which I'm there with you.
I never said that.
No, I'm talking about the Democratic Party.
All right.
I'm there with you on that. But you think the answer to Trump is having the daughter of a famous war criminal.
Well,
that's a step too far.
And Liz Cheney now is a disgrace to the Republican Party too. So I don't get it. They're just using people from other parties.
Like for real, and who knows if that would happen, but if Joe Biden ran with Liz Cheney against Donald Trump, instead of not voting, I would rather vote for Donald Trump. I would rather vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden and Liz Cheney.
That would be an interesting pairing.
Yeah. Like as it stands now, I just don't want to vote. But I would vote for Donald Trump in that scenario.
Okay. Well, this is a good segue to what I'm gonna tell you, and I don't think you know. You may not know about this, but I heard about this yesterday.
Oh.
There has been an arrest of 11 people that were in a group called the Oath Keepers.
Okay.
They're still doing an investigation about it. Apparently, they're one of the biggest militias in the U.S.
Go ahead.
They were a part of the Capitol riots, and they were actually there before everything else started. And Stuart Rhodes is the leader of the Oath Keepers, and that's all I know so far. I don't know. They're probably doing more investigations on that, but I just heard about it yesterday.
I don't know who Stuart Rhodes is.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that the Oath Keepers is a right-wing group.
And they're not. They're not.
I'm telling you what I've heard.
I know, but they're not. And I'll tell you why they're not. Because they have a lot of ties to the FBI, and there is video circulating that FBI informants that were dressed up as Trump supporters were telling people before the Trump crowd got there, they told people to take over the Capitol. And in fact, Ray Epps, have you heard of Ray Epps?
The name sounds familiar, but I hear so many names nowadays. And like Bruce Willis, I do have early onset dementia. So,
oh my goodness.
Allegedly.
This has nothing to do with Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Ray Epps was one of those people who were telling people to go into the Capitol. And not only that, but he was on the FBI's most wanted list. And he was never arrested for it. So this is still an ongoing investigation. I just heard about it yesterday, but I think the Oath Keepers were hired by the FBI to be a part of this.
I don't know if what you're saying is true. I just want to say that so if anybody wants to do some suing, they sue my little Jaylo.
Hey!
And not you old big wick.
Hey, this is what I heard, Bob.
Okay. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's true or not. That doesn't mean that it's not. And if he's on the FBI's most wanted list, well, how would that mean that the FBI is in cahoots with him? So,
well, because, as I've just stated, there were FBI informants that were posing as Trump supporters, telling people to go into the Capitol. And there is videos circulating, and the mainstream media is trying very hard to scrub it.
Yeah, but at the time, Trump was in control of the FBI, so.
No, he wasn't. There were people in the FBI that he's spoken out against, and they wanted, he's been very, very critical of the FBI.
Oh.
And he was the biggest opponent of what was going on in the FBI with Christopher Wray.
I don't know who Christopher Wray is.
Christopher Wray was a new director after James Comey was fired.
Okay.
Now, see, you got to keep up with these things, Bubs.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to make it sound like I'm now going to be a Trump supporter. There's a lot of things about Trump I don't like.
Well, I'm just saying, Bubs. I mean, you gotta dig into the muck of the whole thing, and actually look at stuff that you normally wouldn't look at, because
So what I am trying to say is, I still consider myself a lefty, and I don't like Trump. But the Democrats seem to be doing a lot of stuff to try to like dare people on the left to either not vote or go for Trump. They seem to be trying to push those buttons.
There's a lot of leftist Democrats that were lifelong Democrats, and they've completely left the party because they've said that they didn't leave the party, but the party left them.
The party did leave them.
Yeah,
the party.
Go ahead. And there's a lot of Democrats that are waking up and saying, I don't like where this is going.
And it's like, what are you supposed to do? You can't really start a third party in the system because it's designed. If you do so, you might win a couple local elections, but you're never going to have a real national response. So they make this two-party system, and they're kicking out their base. They're kicking out the real progressives. Where are we supposed to go?
Yeah. So it's not going too well for them. I think both of us would, at least agree on that front.
So I have been hearing possibly a good rumor about the Democratic Party recently. And we don't know if this is true yet, but the rumor is this, that somebody from the left wing of the party, like Marianne Williamson, Is it Williams or Williamson?
Williamson. She's the one that has like those new age books out.
Yeah, I have.
And Oprah is like one of her biggest fans.
I have a friend of mine who's a life coach who's a really big fan of her and has been telling me about her for years, but I always get the name wrong. But they're saying like somebody like Marianne Williamson may try to primary Joe Biden from the left in 2024, which I personally think would be a great thing. It doesn't mean that she'd win, but it might actually force his hand to where he may actually have to do something that would benefit the people.
Well, before we end on this, I'm going to end on a positive note because I remember...
That is a positive note.
Hold on. This is even better.
Uh-oh.
This has to do with Washington State, which is just north of us.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me about Washington State.
You be good.
I always am. I've never knocked.
So, I know that Naomi Wolf is a leftist liberal.
Yeah, I've read her books.
But here's the thing about her.
That's a good thing that she is, by the way. Oh, stop. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. No Logo's a really good book. Keep going.
Probably won't be reading any of her books anytime soon. But I will say that she has been speaking out about... she's been speaking about these ridiculous mandates that have been happening, not just in schools, but, in other states. And she went to the meeting that was taking place in the Board of Health in Washington. And they were talking about this bill that was on its way to being passed by Jay Inslee, that if a person was exposed to COVID, that an elected official doesn't even matter if it was a police officer or not, if they thought that you or somebody else would have gotten the virus, even if you were tested, or especially if you didn't take the shot, they could kidnap you and take you to a COVID facility. And that's been reported. And according to Naomi Wolf, because of that meeting and because of the things that were coming out, they were not going to pass the bill. And that means that people are not going to be kidnapped against their will because of whether they were exposed to COVID or not.
That's very good, especially now since they're saying we're very close to getting past COVID because of herd immunity.
Yeah, and Naomi Wolf has been a big supporter of medical freedom, and she's been talking about this, and it's a victory on I think it's a victory on both sides of the coin, because there are people that are that are actually pro-vax that were standing up with people that didn't want to be a part of these mandates, and I think it's a major victory.
Of course it is. I want society to reopen. And now, if that means everybody gets vaccinated, if that means we just say herd immunity, however form that takes, I want us to reopen and to be reasonably safe.
And it's a good step in Washington that they're taking.
Yeah, it sucks that it's been a crazy 2 years, but we're getting there. We're getting back to reopening. And I'm starting to get excited about the possible. Now, I told you my theory that I think February is going to be very rough as far as COVID goes, and maybe even mandates. And I think March has the potential to be rough. But I think mid to late March, by then, hopefully numbers are going to start to really decline. And there's going to be a serious conversation about how do we reopen for real this time.
Well, what I really worry about is the travel, not just the small businesses like restaurants and stores, but also with traveling, because people are taking planes less, and a lot of airlines are suffering, like American Airlines is suffering. And then people are probably taking trains less, and they're taking buses less right now. I worry about the travel industry as a whole. How are we going to, how are things going to, rebuild from that?
If I were you, I would not worry about that, because a lot of these companies that specialize in travel are heavily subsidized by the government, including the airline industry.
I don't know.
Oh, I still love you there, Jaylo.
Okay.
And for real, Naomi Wolf, I don't know if she's a liberal now.
Yes, she is.
Oh, well, good. But I know that back in the day, she was super lib. And I remember reading her book, No Logo. And it was basically an indictment on big corporations. And she said that when the book came out, she was surprised that big corporations actually wanted her to speak at their board meetings. And that it was kind of like a reverse thing, that they wanted her to do that so that they could seem cool, like they were embracing this outsider.
Yeah. No, but she's still a lib. She just is, the only difference that she's standing with those who are for medical freedom.
I'm for medical freedom too.
And she, she's been speaking out against vaccine passports and things that are being forced on children. And I like that she's speaking out against it. And it's something I can definitely see common ground with her on.
Yeah. So I want to say this. I'm for medical freedom, but I also think that if you are sick with COVID and you decide to go around people who you know have compromised immune systems and you don't wear a mask, you're also a little bit of a douchebag.
Well, that's...
But I think you should have the freedom... Ouch! I think you should have the freedom to be a douchebag, but just acknowledge that you are a little bit of a douchebag.
But I mean, that's stupid. I mean, why would somebody do that?
People are weird.
And also, masks don't really work anyway, so, I mean, it wouldn't really... I mean, what would be the point?
I don't know if masks don't work. I don't think that's my point.
They don't. I mean, especially the cloth ones. And also, too, the thing that you may not be considering, or maybe you haven't even thought about this, that if you're sick yourself and you put a cloth mask on your face, whatever you're sick with is going to get on your mask, so you're actually getting sick from yourself.
I hear you, but it's more about protecting other people.
It doesn't protect you from other people.
It protects other people from you, though.
It still doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, yeah. The only unless you actually have an N95 mask that they use in hospitals, the only reason why you should ever use that in a hospital is if you're in the OR.
Well, I think, to be more accurate, that yes, the N95 mask is the most effective, and cloth masks aren't nearly as effective as we would want, but they do help.
Well, even the even people on the left are admitting that doesn't even work.
I don't think it's 100% effective, but I think cloth masks help reduce your risk a little bit.
No, it just reduces the air that's supposed to be going into your lungs when you go outside or.
Well, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mask on, effective. Jaylo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my badness.
Goodness.
So here's the question.
Uh-oh. Are we going to get off of this?
We are, but I have one more question that's slightly related to Dick Cheney and Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, jeez.
That has to do with wishing harm.
Ugh.
Is it okay to wish harm on a war criminal who is a multimillionaire and being praised by the public, but everybody knows that they're a war criminal?
I don't think it's a good idea to wish harm on anybody. Now, if you don't like them, because, and you don't even know this person either. We're just lay people.
Right, but it's a known thing that Dick Cheney is a war criminal.
I personally think God will take care of this guy, whether you wish harm on him or not. Whether he dies a horrible death, whatever it is, it's really not your problem. It's not my problem.
So don't be concerned that there's a war criminal walking around that's being praised. And
I just say that there's really no point. It's not going to help anything to wish harm on this person.
Wow.
Because they're going to be taken care of.
What do you think Dick Cheney's life is like? Like, he's super rich, and yet everybody knows that he's evil.
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
I've just kind of put myself out of the loop on that one.
So he's always fascinated me. I think that Dick Cheney is a super hard worker and very intelligent, but his evil is just like next level to me.
Well, you would say the same thing about Hillary Clinton. I mean, she may be articulate, but she definitely has some skeletons in her closet.
No, but, well, yes, but Dick Cheney's form of evil is a special form of evil. Like, it's...
Yeah, but you would say that if you were talking about a serial killer and their special forms of evil.
No, he's worse than serial killers.
How is he worse than serial killers? I got to hear this.
Well, because he got us into a war where maybe 1 million people have died, and he did it for profit motives. He got richer off of that war than he already was.
All I have to say is that he'll be taken care of. It's not our business to do that.
Oh. So don't even wish harm on I'm saying, don't even wish harm on serial killers or known war criminals that people treat like they're saints.
All I'm saying is don't worry about it, because whatever happens to them, whether it's their doing or somebody else's doing, is going to happen.
Oh.
Yeah. You can wish it all you want to, but it isn't, whatever happens to him isn't dependent on your wishes.
Okay. Well, shout out to you, Dick Cheney. I hope you love being a super rich war criminal who's embraced by the Democrats and the Republicans. I love you.
Bub.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, how you feeling, babes?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm glad the groceries are here. I'm glad you're here and you made it in one piece.
Oh, yes, I did.
And it wasn't like super cold outside.
No.
And it wasn't raining. I still remember what happened last week when you're like, oh, I had to leave later because of the windstorm.
And then there was no
there
windstorm.
was no windstorm.
I know. The news.
That was the one time that I can think of recently that they weren't right on the weather.
They said that there was a wind advisory in effect, too. It wasn't just like it's going to be slightly more windy. They made it sound like it was going to be a huge deal that morning.
No, I heard that there was a fog advisory in the morning. Because it was a little bit foggy this morning. That was about it.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about last week.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about this morning.
Okay.
They said that there was a wind advisory. There was not, but they also said that this morning there was going to be a fog advisory for part of the morning.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I heard that it's really hard to see in fog if it's thick enough.
If it's thick, we usually don't get it that bad here.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems like on foggy mornings it feels colder than usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you do when you have to walk in fog?
Oh, I just use my cane more. It's not really.
Yeah, because your vision isn't.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen it where it's super bad, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how bad it gets in Alaska.
Must get pretty intense.
Or Minnesota or, Wisconsin, right?
Yes.
I would imagine because it's colder. I heard that like the coldest city in Minnesota is International Falls, Minnesota.
I don't know, but Minnesota gets really chilly.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I knew a guy from Rochester.
Yeah. You
already know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Weirdo, but
I know someone from that she has relatives in Crookston.
Oh.
And I can only imagine how snowy it gets in Minnesota.
It produces really hard workers, though, if you grow up in that environment.
Yep.
Because you can't really use the weather as an excuse not to do something.
Yeah, I would imagine like my friend was saying that there's a really good meat company in Minnesota, and I would imagine that there's a lot of farmers in Minnesota for that reason. That, when they're making their crops like meat, they're growing their crops like, raising animals for meat or growing vegetables and everything. And, and I heard that there's a lot of farming in Minnesota. So that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wait.
Jaylo.
Yeah?
Are you excited to get back into Ted Lasso?
Not as excited as you are, but I'm excited to find out what the next season holds.
Nice.
I'm not like a diehard fan like you are, but I understand why it is likable for sure.
Well, good.
I do think that as corny as Ted Lasso is, I think he's probably one of my favorite characters.
He's my favorite character for sure.
A lot of the characters are kind of strange though.
But they're good. I really like Keely and Roy.
Yeah, Keely is kind of weird, but she's got her funny quirks.
Yeah. Rebecca I like. I really like her interaction with Higgins.
That'll be all Higgins. I'm sorry. I'm still not. You still haven't sold me on Roy yet.
Okay.
Just like you haven't sold me on Butcher.
Yeah, I think Butcher from The Boys is a great character, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Roy, I don't know. I identify with him for some reason.
Yeah, but you're not like seething angry though, because it seems like he hasn't dealt with a lot of his emotional issues, and he just seems very emotionally unstable.
I like that he's open with the way he feels. He doesn't really hide his emotions. Mm-hmm. I like that he doesn't pander when he's around children. He still curses, and he's not afraid to say, what the fuck does she know? She's 6. He doesn't do the typical adult thing like that. I like that he'll stick up for somebody if he feels they're being bullied.
Yeah, that is true. He definitely is not sensitive around children, that's for sure.
But also, what he's thinking because he'll usually tell you.
I don't always like those kinds of people.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like the people that have no filters aren't always the best people to be around, but that's just me.
That's just you, babes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good there, Jaylo. Very good there.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are going to watch An Honest Liar tonight.
I'm excited about that.
I am too. And then The Tinder Bar, which I hope is good.
I hope it is too.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking maybe we start with The Tinder Bar first.
We could do that.
And then An Honest Liar, just because I have a feeling that one's going to be really good.
Yeah. And I hope The Tinder Bar is really good. It has potential based on the filmmakers behind it. So I was thinking, I saw that the movie The Defiant Ones is on Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. And so is In the Heat of the Night. So maybe next weekend we should do like a Sidney Poitier night. Not necessarily a whole weekend, but I think it would be cool to watch The Defiant Ones and In the Heat of the Night.
When did the Defiant Ones come out?
Sometime in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
It's with him and Tony Curtis. I never saw it, but if I remember the premise, they're on a chain gang and they escape, and Tony Curtis is a racist.
Wow, that's a very gutsy part to play. Mm-hmm. What was that one movie where Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon was? Oh, it was that comedy that we saw. Some Like It Hot. He was so funny in that one. He was a good actor in that one. We got to do another Jack Lemmon thing eventually.
Eventually. We got to find some good Jack Lemmon movies.
Yeah, we do.
I do think that The Days of Wine and Roses is probably his best movie.
I didn't realize just how dramatic that was going to be.
That was great.
Whoa.
Really well done.
And I thought it was a really, for its time, a realistic portrayal of people that have addictions. Mm-hmm. Because one person gets better, but then he also gets off of the wagon. He falls off the wagon pretty hard.
Yeah. He gets back on at the end, but his wife is still dealing with her issues.
And it's just majorly bad. And then it's implied that she doesn't come back to him.
Yeah. It's weird to me in retrospect that Lee Remick didn't become a bigger star.
That came out in was it the early 60s?
1962, I want to say.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. The one with remember when he was a part of that business that was scamming people out of money? What was it called again?
Business. Oh, I don't even remember.
That was the one that I think it was before we watched The Apartment.
Whoa, I'm not sure.
It was Jack Lemmon in a more serious role, and he was making all that money.
Oh, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah, I didn't really... Yeah. I mean, that one was kind of slow.
It was good, but it was different. It wasn't his best movie, but I did like it.
I like The Apartment better.
Yeah, The Apartment was really good.
It's kind of funny. But anyway, no, we gotta do another Jack Lemmon thing, because...
Yeah. I think that the next weekend we should do a Sidney Poitier night.
In honor of Sidney Poitier.
Who also died. Yes,
he did. Three actors died within 2 weeks of each other.
Betty White outlived him, spent 5 years more on this planet than Sidney Poitier.
I know.
And she had like 3.5 times more money, if you believe the internet.
And then Bob Saget died younger than we thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
And then you got Ronnie Spector dying at 78.
And other people.
And other people, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a banner year for celebrities.
Right.
Yes.
Well, some of them were, for the most part, pretty old.
That's true.
So they were going to go anyway, but still. But 65 is not old. Not that old.
It's old, but it's not super old. Like, I remember being in my 20s thinking 65 is like an old man. They should be in an old folks home by then.
Well,
but that's not the case these days.
No, it isn't, because people, I mean, there's so much technology to help us live a little bit longer. But then there's, people seem a lot more younger. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was older than my mom was when she died.
Yes, that's true. He was. I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Because she was 58, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, lived my mama.
I can't believe I thought 40 was old.
Oh, I can believe that. I remember thinking 20 was old.
Well, I mean, I could believe it at the time, but now that I am a little bit past 40, it doesn't seem very old to me. It's just the beginning.
No, I don't know if I'd say it's just the beginning, but it's definitely not old.
Well, 30 wasn't old either, and I thought, nope, that's, 30, I think when you're in your 30s and 40s, it's like you're not super young, but you're not super old either. You're kind of in between.
Yeah.
But then when you get to 50, 60, 70s, it's like, whoa, okay, you're on your way up. You're on your way, yeah.
They're getting ready to boot you off of the planet.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Dick Cheney will still be here, but you're going to be gone.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's a political question I want to ask.
I thought we were off of it already.
All right, I'll save it for tomorrow, but I have a good one.
Okay.
Yes.
You're probably going to think of like the most extreme scenario, right?
Well, I don't know if I'd say that.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll just ask it now.
No.
Oh, you want me to save it for tomorrow?
Yes.
Because it's a quick question. And I'm curious to hear your opinion on it.
I think you should ask tomorrow.
Okay, I'll ask it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. But babes, is there anything else you want to talk about now?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Should we end this, make out, and then watch Ted Lasso? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we eat something.
Okay.
And then think about, watching.
Sounds good.
I think we should watch some Seinfeld too, because we haven't watched it in a while.
We should, but I think we should get done with Ted Lasso. I like finishing shows and then moving on to something else. I think this is where we're different. Like if it was just me, I probably would have had us finish Ted Lasso the first week when we started it, and we'd be like 6 other shows separated from it by now.
I just can't binge watch like for the whole entire day. After a while, I'm like, I gotta watch something else or do something else.
Okay, so here's my thought.
Yeah.
We end this, we make out a little bit, get something to eat, watch 2 episodes of Ted Lasso, then take a nap, and then watch some Seinfeld. Okay. Or we skip the nap.
Well, it depends on how we feel afterwards.
Yeah. But I say we start off with 2 episodes of Ted Lasso. So that way we feel like we're productive and we're doing something with our lives by getting closer to the end of the show.
We are not productive.
We have never been productive. No one has ever accused us of that.
No. I'm saying watching a TV show is not necessarily productive.
No, but you know what I mean. It gets us closer to the end of it.
Oh my goodness.
And I love moving on to new shows because I feel like I've learned something about a previous series and I'm about to discover new characters. And I want to get us to the wire soon.
Uh-oh.
Yes. When you walk through the garden, I won't sing the theme song. But it is written by the great Tom Waits.
Tom Waits. Yeah, I don't know much of his stuff.
He's lost a lot of it. That is.
Wah, wah. Well, he's dead now, I think.
Is he?
I don't know.
Maybe he did a little bit too much lifting.
I don't think he's like the... wah, wah, wah. I don't think he's like the best singer ever, though.
I keep having people tell me that I need to get into him. And for real, I do love that song, Way Down in the Hole, which is a theme song to The Wire. But I haven't really listened to a lot of his other stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I hope his lifting went okay.
Oh my goodness.
He had to lift himself.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, he lifted his brother. And that's how he was lifting weights.
Yeah, that song, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother.
No.
Yeah, that's an old song.
Nice. Well, good, babes. Well, Jaylo?
Yeah?
Unless there's anything else you have to say.
No.
Or want to say.
No.
I think you should give me a kiss then.
Why?
Because you want to.
I do?
Because you need it.
Okay.
Yes, this is our way to celebrate Dick Cheney and wish him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right. I say bye. We don't love you, Dick Cheney, but Satan does.
All right, that's enough. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.